So today is 183 and that's it, we're past the halfway mark. And I feel like there is a lesson in a couple of things that have happened yesterday and today, or last night and today, which is the universe's way of proving, or making me prove that I am true to my word. And it's weird because I'm not feeling an immense heaviness, but I've seen a couple of things online that have kind of really, I wouldn't even say they've massively triggered me. Like, I've been able to spend the day quite productive. I've made some things today, been able to get quite a few things off my to-do list done. But yeah, it's really put into the test what I've been telling myself about a certain someone. But this is the joys of healing and growing and learning, is that things will just come back when you least expect them to test you and to make sure that you you are true to your word. And yeah, it's really testing me today. I think I'm going to sneeze. Bless me, sorry about that. So yeah, it's been an interesting day. And just this second as well, seen another post that, like, playing on me working on my insecurities about certain things. I've just seen something else that's made me think there is a possibility that what I'm thinking has happened, but how do I feel about that? And it's hard to say without disclosing too much, because these journals are never to call people out, or I never name anyone in them unless it's someone that I've kind of, had gratitude for. But in regards to kind of like certain things, I will know when I listen back to this journal post exactly what I'm talking about, and that's what these posts are for. But yeah, it's not brought something to my mind. It's basically, it's brought something up, and whereas I would normally feel this kind of like envious feeling, it's brought up the feeling of I don't want to, there's small elements of that, but that's not how I want to feel. So I'm kind of fighting with how I want to feel and how I am feeling. And I'm feeling a little bit kind of envious of something that's happened, but I don't want to feel that way. And I know that the way I'm feeling is part of my healing and certain things I've been through in my life, that you sometimes can't deal with certain things until that you're put in the path of it actually, I'm going to say, triggering me. Because things trigger you, and you can either react to them or you can learn from them, grow from them. And this, I feel like, is an opportunity, and it's happening at a time when it's a really good time for me to learn from this, and to really look and understand and focus and kind of say, this is not how I want to feel anymore. I want to feel happy. If that has happened, I want to feel happy, because I only want the best for the two people that it's about. I do genuinely in my heart just want the best for both of these people. So I don't want to, I feel like I feel very stuck in a place of kind of my mind saying, this is how you've always felt about these situations, so this is what you're supposed to do. And my logical brain is going, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to feel like that anymore. That's not how I think about that situation anymore. And it's really weird. It's a weird place to be, in that you're kind of fighting your brain's and your heart's automatic response to something, when you know that that's not how you want to feel about it. And I know I've grown, and I know I've healed and changed, and I have learnt so much in the fact that I'm like recognizing this, and I'm really pausing every time something kind of comes up and I get a feeling. Like, there's no major emotion. I'm not upset. I don't want to cry. I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I'm not, it's just a bit kind of like, oh, but even that's not how I want to feel. I want to get to a place where the situation can happen and I can be like, oh yeah, I'm pleased. And I'm not there yet, but I'm recognizing that I'm not as where I used to be, which would be getting upset and crying and sad and angry and frustrated and confused and all those things. I'm like, it is what it is. It's how your brain is instantly reacting is not how you want to feel anymore. That's old Stacey. That person doesn't exist anymore. This is the first time you've been presented with the opportunity to practice what you have learned and grown from, and to express that in a different way. And I feel like I'm doing okay. Like, I feel like I'm not reacting in any major negative way. I would be lying if I said I wasn't feeling a little bit like, ugh. But I'm not playing on that. I'm recognizing that and going, right, let's turn that into like being happy for the situation. So yeah, that's it. So that's kind of today's journal, is that I feel like I have grown massively in my reaction to things that would normally trigger me massively, and realizing and recognizing that things that used to hurt me and things that I would want to do and think in a certain way, that's not me anymore. And there is an element of kind of joy in that I'm able to recognize that now, and hopefully every time that comes up now, I'll be able to just handle it a little bit better every single time. But for the first time that this has come up, yeah, I think I'm doing okay. So yeah, that's it. That's my thought for the day. I'm going to I've decided I'm going to try and not colour my hair for a while. I was going to colour it this weekend, but instead I've just put a load of scalp oil on to kind of like get it all feeling nice. And I'm just going to let it grow out. I definitely don't have any money to pay to get my hair done now, so it's going to be a DIY job. And I'm like, I'm going to be doing it again in 4 weeks to go on holiday. Why don't I just let it grow out as much as I can, give it as much growth as I can, give it as much of a rest as I can. I've got nowhere or anywhere to be this month, and then I can get it all nicely coloured and everything for my holiday. That will save me a few more pennies. But yeah, that's it. That's my Sunday in a nutshell. So yeah, Stacey, I'm proud of you for how you've had today. I love you so much because you're just proving every time something happens that how you reacted has been something that you've been, I wouldn't say programmed to react, but you've learned that how you were previously was never going to amount to goodness as much as you know wanted it to, and to recognize that triggers are not a bad thing, which you used to think they were before. You used to fight your triggers and kind of like try and hide them, and I think that was the problem. Whereas now you've kind of gone, okay, feeling a bit triggered, that's how I'm feeling, that's how I want to feel, how do I bridge the gap between the two? And you would never be thinking like that, like, you know, 6 months ago. So whether it's this journal or whether it's whatever it is that's, you know, the day-to-day gratitude for just, you know, everything, whatever it is, I'm proud of you for getting to a stage now where you knew this was going to happen. You knew there was this, you could be presented with this at some point, and better for it to happen now when you've got some weeks to kind of like get your head around it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's and it's funny because it's weird because I did have a dream about this, and I spoke to someone about it, and I said, I had a dream about something, I got to tell you, and I told you, and they were like, absolutely not. And then it's basically just happened. Anyway, I love you. I'm proud of you. Stay strong. Trust your intuition. Keep moving forward. I'm proud of you just for how you're handling this. You've got no one to talk to but yourself about it, and you're doing all right. And it's weird because you are getting into a stage where you're just, you know that you don't want to feel a certain way, and you're pushing as much as you can to not be that person anymore, and that can only lead to better things. So yes, finally learnt my lessons. Like I said, it doesn't mean that, you know, learning a lesson doesn't mean that you're not going to get triggered. You're going to get triggered. This is the thing, this is what you were trying to explain in your last relationship, like that being triggered is a natural thing. Like working through that trigger is where you move and grow from things. You can't just go, well, I don't want to feel that way anymore, so I'm going to not be triggered by it. You're going to be triggered by it until you've been presented with that situation and you've dealt with it another way. Like, you know, and it will get easier the next time, and easier the next time, and easier the next time, and then there will come a time where you're presented with that situation and you will automatically react in a different way. This is the first time you've had that, and I'm so proud of how you've reacted. That's it. So yeah, I'm proud of you. I love you. To anyone watching, stay warm, stay safe, and stay kooky, and I will catch you all tomorrow.